All right, so welcome back, everybody. I got an email request for this particular question. I'm not sure if they maybe took it from a leaked official test or whatever, so I changed the numbers and the wording around a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and dive right in. It says, for the function g, for each increase in the value of x by d, where d is a positive constant, the value of g of x increases by a factor of 64. Which of the following is equivalent forms of the function g displays 1 over d as a constant or a coefficient? So we first want to talk about what is a coefficient and what is a constant. So as you guys are probably already aware, if I had like 3x or something, 3 is my coefficient, right? It's basically the number that's attached to a variable. A constant could just be any number that we're going to see in the formula, right? And so when it says here, we have one over d displayed in the function g. So in this case, d would equal 2 because we have 1 over 2. In this case, d would equal 7 because we have 1 over 7. In this case, d would equal 1/4 because we have 1 over, or sorry, d would equal 4 because we have 1/4. And then in this case, d would equal 3 because we have 1/3 x, right? And so it says here for each increase in the value of x by d. So I would maybe want to like compare when I have like from x equals 0 to x equals d. So like if the x increases from 0 to d, what happens to the function overall, right? So in this case, it would be from x equals 0 to x equals 2. In this case, from x equals 0 to x equals 7, what happens, etc., right? And so I want to see that the function increases by a factor of 64 if I increase x by d, right? So from 0 to 7 or 0 to 2 or something like that. So let's go ahead and test out this first one here. So if I go from 58 times 4 to the 0 power, right? That's just equal to 58, right? And that's because anything to the 0 power is equal to 1, right? So 6 to the 0 is equal to 1, 200 to the 0 is equal to 1, right? Anything to the 0 power is equal to 1, right? So this is just 58 times 1. And then if I compare that to when x is going to be 2, I'm going to get 58 times 4 to the 2 over 2, which is just equal to 58 times 4. And so this would increase by a factor of 4 and not 64. And that's why A is not going to be a correct answer, right? But if we take a look at B, B looks like it's most likely going to work. And the reason why is that, let's say at x equals 0, I'm going to have 58 times 4 to the third to the 0. So that's just equal to 58 to the 1 power, right? But then if I plug in 7 for my x, then I'm going to get 58 times 4 to the third times 7 over 7, which is 1. And so that's going to be equal to 58 times 4 to the third, and 4 to the third is 64. So that's equal to 58 times 64. And so we just increased by a factor of 64. Now, if we would have tested out C and D, we would have found that this one only increases by a factor of 16. So that's not going to work. And this one is only going to increase by a factor of 64 to the 1/2. So by a factor of 8, basically, because it's going to be the square root of 64. And so with that, definitely feel free to leave any questions in the comments if you felt a little bit uncomfortable with this. It's definitely venturing into some of the more strange things that we've seen come up on the SAT. And if you have any ideas for any future videos, definitely feel free to comment or send me an email. And in addition to that, there will be a playlist popping up here that have other advanced questions like this. And so if you want to go ahead and take a look at that one, should be able to help you prepare for the tests. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.